Hey you guys, it's Britt tonight. We're here to talk about the Sedona Prince and Olivia situation. This is complex. It's a lot as far as content goes. I need to put a trigger warning here in the beginning. This is going to be discussing allegations of DV and just a really tough one to get through. If that is triggering for you, I completely understand. Please check out a different video, but we're going to go through this and talk about why everyone is absolutely enraged and appalled by Sedona Prince. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so we're going to recap what happened with Sedona and her current ex, Liv, or Olivia. And I believe now she's on social media, she's going by Via because Liv was what she used to go by. But either way, her name is Olivia. And Olivia, let me tell you guys, I did a deep dive on Olivia's TikTok and I could feel the pure joy that she radiates. And I feel like, as far as feeling like somebody is very genuine through a phone screen, I feel like she is genuine. I feel like she is definitely special. I started following her on TikTok just because I love her vibes so much, and what she had to go through at the hands of Sedona is absolutely heartbreaking. So let's just start at the top. So I want to start at the top. This article really breaks down everything in a really easy to understand format. I'm going to link Olivia's TikTok down below in case y'all want to go listen to this for yourself. I'm not going to do a reaction style because it is really traumatic and really upsetting, and I feel like that's a little bizarre for me to sit here and be like, oh, it's just weird. Go watch it for yourselves, but it does recap it in this article. It says, if you're unfamiliar, Prince is an American basketball player for the TCU Horned Frogs in the Big 12 Conference, as well as a popular TikTok and social media creator. Stabile, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, please sound off down below and accept my apologies, is a fashion stylist and influencer who works at an ice bar, travels constantly, and has an incredible knack for turning her wild experiences into relatable stories. The two started dating in January 2023 until breaking up in May of 2024. So what happened between Sedona and Liv? In a 10-part vlog series posted August 13th, Olivia shared her story behind the breakup, complete with apparent screenshots of texts from her ex. And I'd like to drop in right here, this is not a one-off thing where she's the first person to come forward with a situation having dealt with Sedona. Sedona has a long history of being a serial cheater, a really bad partner, and leaving her exes with a lot of trauma to work through. This is a repeated cycle, and it's been well documented with tons of proof presented by people along the way. For what it's worth, on the 15th of August, Prince shared a statement about the impacts that recent false narratives and inaccurate information have had on herself and her family, in an apparent reference to Olivia's TikToks. It sounds like the two may disagree on what may have happened in their breakup. So here is what Olivia has said about it, as well as Sedona's response to the backlash. According to Olivia, the two began fighting on their way to Mexico for Sedona's birthday trip. She said the first 2 nights of the trip were fine until Sedona wanted to rent an ATV motorbike to explore the area on their 3rd day. Sedona wanted to go to a place called the Arch at night. Olivia shared, "We left our phones behind to be more present in the moment." Number one, that's a bit of a red flag. If I'm in a whole new country, whether or not I'm with my best friend, the love of my life, someone that I've known for 5 minutes or 5 years, having your phone is more of a safety measure. It's not necessarily like you as an adult should have enough self-control to be able to have your phone but still be present in the moment. Put your phone away. You don't have to be on your phone, but it is there for your own safety. For me, that's a bit of a red flag, especially once you know what unfolded after that. Olivia said the roads were getting a bit rocky. Feeling unsafe, she asked Sedona to slow down, stop the ATV, and head back to their hotel. Then, according to Olivia, Sedona got aggravated with her, stops the ATV as hard as she can, shoves me to the ground, looks me dead in my eyes, and takes off. That's what Olivia said. Leaves me in the pitch effing black. After some time, Olivia said that Sedona came back to get her. Then they crashed the ATV while the two were on it. According to Olivia, Sedona started blaming her for the situation before they found help and headed back to the hotel. According to Olivia's account, Sedona screamed at her the entire way back. "We're broken up. I'm breaking up with you. This is your fault. You're holding me back." Olivia claimed the two sustained injuries after the ATV accident and continued to fight for the next day. And Olivia has shown photos or video of her injuries because, of course, people, as they do, they can't take text messages, and all of that is the fact that Sedona is actually a walking red flag. They still wanted to call things into question, so Olivia did put up a TikTok showing that literally, like, the whole side of her body was severely injured because of this situation. Olivia also claimed that tensions rose after she found Sedona supposedly flirting with five other women during a tattoo appointment. According to Olivia, Sedona then told her that the two of the five wanted them to have a threesome with Sedona. Olivia responded, "You're effing joking, right?" Sedona responded coldly, supposedly saying that once her tattoo was done, she might head over to their villa. What a weird thing to just like pop in on someone. You're already having a bad time. You're literally in the middle of getting tattooed, and you're having these other people that you don't know flirting with your partner, and then your partner saying, "Oh, I want to go have a threesome." Just very, very, very odd. Later on, Olivia said that she caught Sedona topless with one of the women later that night. She said, "I felt like I was just going along for the ride to make sure she wasn't cheating on me." Like, that's literally what I was there for. According to Olivia, that night ended with finding Sedona in a bush with her ankle broken. And by the way, Sedona's ankle was not actually broken. She's one of those performers, right? So when things are not going her way, she puts on the theatrics. She acts very immature, acts like she's injured, acts like it's something is hurting her. She's one of those types. The next day, Sedona called her mom, which Olivia felt signaled the end of their trip, because when moms get involved, the game is done. According to Olivia, Sedona told her mom about the trip. "Oh, it was terrible. Olivia completely ruined it." Olivia then said she confronted Sedona directly. "I hop in and say, why don't you tell her you tried to F other girls right in front of me?" After the breakup, Olivia quickly booked a flight home, while Sedona reportedly stayed in Mexico for another 12 days. According to Olivia, Sedona warned her to avoid social media or face legal consequences. But Olivia wanted her side of the story to be heard. Sedona allegedly texted her, "Have an amazing life, Olivia. Truly, I hope you find your soulmate. If you do not want any more troubles, then do not go to social media. If you do want to post about our breakup, I will sue you and your family, my baby, until you can no longer put food on y'all's table. And know that's the truth." Imagine being an abuser and sending something like that to the person that you abused. Imagine that. Imagine saying, "I did all of this awful, traumatizing, terrible stuff to you," which is documented, "but if you talk about it, then I'm going to sue you until you can't eat. and your family can't eat. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to hop on my Instagram once you actually do say something, and I'm going to claim that I'm getting death threats, because that's always the number one cop out, isn't it? Listen, I have said, if you are getting threats on social media, you better come with a receipt. I am going to need to see at least one receipt, because that is the number one thing that people automatically, oh, I'm being canceled. Oh, I'm getting threats. We hear it from everybody, right? When usually it's just people calling it what it is, saying that they hope she gets kicked off of her college basketball team. They hope she doesn't make it in the WNBA, and taking the side of Olivia, who has presented this story fairly, accurately, and she has every right to do that. So a few days after Olivia put out that multi-part series, Sedona took to her Instagram stories, not a permanent post, a post on stories. And it said, "I'm deeply saddened, disappointed, and heartbroken in what has transpired in the last couple of days. The amount of hate, bullying, and threats that my family, friends, and I have been receiving is dangerous, irresponsible, and disturbing. This is so much judgment and scrutinization by many from afar, with opinions and verbal attacks on stories, with false narratives and inaccurate information that do not give honesty and with transparency. This is going to be the only time I comment on this situation. I will let my legal counsel take it from here." Number one, you're not a celebrity. I'm going to let my legal counsel take it from here, please. Number two, if you don't want people coming out and saying, here's the proof that this person is a terrible individual and they were doing XYZ, if you don't want that happening, then maybe don't do that. Because if you're not a terrible person, then people won't have evidence to come out and say, this is a terrible individual and here's what happened. And Sedona has a history of being god-awful in relationships. And I'm not talking about like, oh, she, is unfaithful. I'm talking about like, she's unfaithful, she's hurtful, she's abusive, she's manipulative. And that's a very scary individual to try to tolerate. There is a petition for TCU to handle Sedona. I'll link that in my description box, along, like I said, with Olivia's social media pages. I don't know, watching a lot of Olivia's content, I just feel like that, like, nobody should have to go through this. And having watched a lot of her content, I feel like, wow, she just radiates positivity and fun and being yourself. And I think that's amazing. It's tough to find people on social media that you feel like are actually genuine. And not only is she genuine, but she also had to go through all of this. And it's heartbreaking. And she's also received a cease and desist. So imagine being an abuser and then saying, well, I'm going to send you a cease and desist because I don't want you exposing me with information, receipts, facts, and evidence.
Whoa! Guess who just got a cease and desist? Very, very cutesy, very demure, very mindful.
So I'm going to send you a C&D, even though I'm the one that caused all of this. I'm not typically somebody that follows like breakup story times or, people saying how their relationship ended. Like, that's just not something that I find in my algorithm very often. But this is such a unique and huge situation. This story has gone more viral than Sedona was ever even known. Like, people know of her because she is a terrible person. And if it's not because of Olivia, then it is probably because of her ex-girlfriend, Riley, who she was also terrible and awful to. And there have also been other people from more like situationships to come out and say, yes, I had a bad experience too with Sedona. A lot of people are saying Surviving Sedona Prince is coming soon to Netflix. Of course, that's not necessarily true, but who knows where this could go. Go check out Olivia's social media. I hope that she can feel the support that she is getting, and I do think she does, because she has made a few videos just thanking everybody for their compassion and being there for her when this is not an easy thing. Talking about this online and knowing that you're facing somebody who has a lot of fans, has a lot of, popularity or whatever, it's not an easy thing to come out and talk about, But yeah, that's what's going on with Sedona and Olivia. I'll be checking the comments. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.